Hey YouTubers, it's DB450R, otherwise known as Dylan. Today I'm going to show you guys how to disassemble or field strip the Mossberg 10 or the Mossberg 22. You're going to need a Phillips screwdriver, about that size. Okay, what you want to start doing is there's a bolt here and then a bolt here. Okay, what you want to do is be really careful. Okay, got the first one. Then you want to start at the back of the stock here. Get that one. Let's see if we can get them out. Sometimes they're hard to get out, so. Okay, there's the first one. Make sure you keep these pieces somewhere where you will not lose them. If you lose that piece, you're going to have to buy a new 22. And I'm going to be going over every little piece because there's no video on YouTube that has a video showing you every little piece and how to put it back together. Alright, I got those bolts out now. So I'm just going to, see this trigger here? You're going to put your thumb on there and push it out of the stock. Okay. Alright. Now you're with this. Okay. Should be a little piece right about here. There's a little rod. What you want to do is take a pin or take the screwdriver. Just be really careful. And push that out. Or take the bolt. That'll work too. That you took out of the stock. Push that through. Pull that. This one's hard to get out. Okay. Now it should look like this. That little rod. Okay, that's the first one. Now there's a second one towards the back here. It's right there. You see that? Where my middle finger is. Okay. Pop that one out as well. Okay, just wait before I do this. Before I do this. Whoops. Having a little trouble here. Just wait, I need to get a little piece here. Sorry about this. Alright. Just wait here. I should be able to get it now. Alright, I got that one. Alright. You got the second one out here. Just a little rod. Alright, what you want to do next is, see this thing right here? Pull that back, like that, and this should just pop out. Okay? You want to be careful letting that go. There's the lever to pull the receiver back. Okay. Now you see the insides, there's a spring in there. It's a rod that runs through the back here. Okay, you want to be careful because if you bend that spring, your gun will malfunction. So I'm gonna pull that back, straight back, and then there's a spring, the bolt, and then there's a rod inside the spring. Now you take a paper towel, clean that rod off, clean the spring. Don't stretch the spring or bend it, because you bend that spring, you're gonna end up buying a new 22. Okay, here's the basic inside of the 22. Just wipe that out with paper towel. I already got mine clean. Alright, see that? your barrel, wipe that barrel down on the bottom. Most of it collects a lot of gun residue. Alright. And then, towards the back, right here, this piece was in the back, right? Just wait. Right there in the back. Okay? And the way you want to place it is this end right here. You want to place that all the way against the wall of the gun in the back. This just holds that little rod and piece that we were popping out earlier. Okay, so I got that piece in there. Alright. Now what you want to do is take this spring, your bolt. Remember to wipe that down too because that collects a lot of gun residue. Take your bolt. And then there's a hole in the back there. Take that spring and the empty side, not where the rod is. There's an empty side in there. Okay, stick that in that hole. Now you want to hold it like this, upside down. Okay? What you want to do is... Oh, I missed a step. Take this piece and set it down inside the receiver. Just wait, we don't need this piece yet. Take this little piece right here. Set that down side all the way to the front. And then you'll line it up with the bolt when you get the bolt set in there. Now, if you ain't got no experience with taking guns apart, I don't recommend doing it. If you're young and trying to take a gun apart, I wouldn't recommend doing it because I used to do that with my BB guns and shit like that and I couldn't get it back together. Alright, so we got that back in there, but that spring inside there. Right, there's a spring in here. You want to take that and slide it. There's a little hole towards the back of the receiver. Take this. It's kind of a bitch to get back in. Be careful not to bend anything. Alright, I got that snap back in there. Okay, do not pull this back yet. Alright, now take this little black piece. Remember how I told you to put in there? See this little black piece here? Alright. You're going to take that and set it all the way to the back of the gun. Set it flat. Because if you don't get that in there right, the gun won't work. So you have to end up taking it apart again and getting that thing straightened out. Alright. Now what you want to do is take this part right here. Hold it down like this. And take your receiver, hold this, take your receiver here, or your bolt, pull your bolt back. That should snap in place again. Alright? Now, take these two little rods right here, push them back in there. Make sure they're lined up. And there's your 22 receiver. You got it all put back together. Make sure you can pull it back and snap it back in there like that. So you can lock the chamber open. Alright, and if you can do that, you should have it in place right. Now, take this, put it back in the stock. Make sure everything's lined up. Because if it's not, your gun will malfunction again. Make sure those pins are centered in there too, because sometimes that'll block it from you putting it back in the stock. I don't recommend shooting it without the stock because you can burn your hands. Alright. There, it's snapped back in there. Take these two little bolts. Right there, there. Set them in there. This is my 4th or 5th time taking this apart. I just learned how to do it. This 22 is really basic. I'm going to be working on my 1022 here soon. That's going to need a cleaning. I've never taken one of those apart, so I'm going to get some professional advice on that. And if you guys have any videos on how to take the 1022 apart, and they're really, really good videos, I'd appreciate it if you guys tag me in it. Alright, and there's my 22. Lock it open. It's good, alright? And another thing I recommend is the Mossberg Tactical 22 clip. That works in this. Alright, pull that jaw back. Yep, it catches. Alright, you got your 22 back together. Just make sure you clean it out really well before you put it back together. It's a nice light gun. You can shoot it with one hand. I recommend putting a scope on this gun. The iron sights are okay, but they can tend to bump off. So, alright. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe if you liked my video and give me a comment.